Welcome all, welcome back. So this is our second session on solved workbook revision. So in the previous session we completed taxable event and introduction. These two topics were completed, and today we are going to discuss place of supply and exemptions. If there is any questions left in exemptions, so then it will be carried forward to the next Saturday, and the agenda for next Saturday will be invoice and time of supply and value of supply. Those are the two topics I will be discussing next Saturday. Okay, so that this week you know what is that you need to prepare for. Now, so this place of supply is the agenda for today. First we will complete place of supply and then go to exemptions. And in place of supply, I want to start with little MCQs first and then go to the descriptive part. Okay, so look into page number 96 of your solved workbook. You will be able to find MCQs related to place of supply. See, place of supply is a very important area because standalone question also can come, or in the first question, that is a descriptive question, you will be having transactions. For all those transactions, we need to compute the net GST payable. For computation of net GST payable, inward supplies and outward supplies, you need to properly classify into intrastate and interstate. Then only the table will be complete. So always in the first question, you will be doing computation of net GST payable, wherein you will prepare a table, particulars, CGST, SGST, UTGST, IGST. So usually CGST, SGST and IGST only. So there you need to properly be in a position to classify whether it is an intrastate or interstate. So then only you will be able to fill in the respective columns. So there is no pointing in just writing taxable or exempted. So after knowing that the service is taxable, you need to determine the liability. For determining the liability, intra or inter plays a key role. This intrastate or interstate, intent depends upon what? Intent depends upon the provisions of place of supply, due to that reason. Okay, so you can see the MCQs first. Question number 1, Lucky Singh, a resident of Noida, Uttar Pradesh, went to Himachal Pradesh for a family vacation via Delhi, Chandigarh, Himachal Pradesh in his own car. After entering Chandigarh, his car broke down due to some technical issue. He called On Roads, an emergency roadside car assistance company registered under GST in Delhi, to repair the car. The car was repaired by the staff of On Roads. The value of the supply amounted to 50,000, being labor charges 40,000 and spares 10,000. The bill was supposed to be generated online through the server, but due to the technical issue, it was not so generated. Determine the place of supply in the given case. So first you need to know whether it is goods or services. Whichever place of supply question you are solving, first you need to determine whether the question is related to goods or services. So in this case, the question is related to services because it is on-road assistance, so roadside service. So which means that on-road service, so definitely it will be service, even though some parts are used, but the composite supply concept will be coming. So those parts are naturally bundled. So this transaction will be classified under service only. And in case of services, then second you need to see whether 12 or 13 is applicable. First you need to know goods or services. If it is goods, 10 and 11. If it is services, 12 and 13 of IGST Act. In that, it is section 12 here, because supplier is located in India, recipient is also located in India, so section 12 will be applicable. After arriving at that, which section is applicable, now you need to know the situation. So what is this service? So car repair service under section 12. Repair service will come under, so performance based service in relation to goods. Okay, see, place of supply summary should be registered here at any cost till the time you go for exam. Okay, so you have to register that, and you need to know, when you close your eyes, you need to know what is the situation, what is the place of supply. It should flash in your mind. So that much photographic memory you need to create for this chapter. Okay. So therefore, we discussed performance based service in relation to goods. Section 12, general provisions. Okay. So as per general provisions, what is the place of supply? If it is B2B or B2C, we need to see. B2B, location of recipient. We don't have the information here. B2B is not there. Only it is given that the supplier is registered. That is, that company, what is that company? That car assistance company is only registered here. Okay. So car assistance company registered in GST, but we don't know about this Lucky Singh. So Lucky Singh, one resident of Noida, Uttar Pradesh, so not registered. So then we will take B2C, general provisions B2C. If recipient details is available in the supplier records, so nowhere in the supplier records the recipient detail is available. So due to that reason, because just they are doing the repair, why will they collect the supplier recipient details? So recipient details not available in the supplier records, then in that case location of supplier will be taken as the place of supply. This is the general provisions. So in this case, location of supplier, what is the location of supplier? Delhi, that will be taken as the place of supply. Why Delhi will be taken as the place of supply? Because location of supplier and location of recipient in the records of the supplier is not available due to that reason. Okay. Then next, question number 2. Subbu, a registered supplier based at E-Road, coached the staff of a software company in Hyderabad which is registered. The classes were held at E-Road. The place of supply is, first we need to see whether it is goods or services, coaching. After seeing the services, then we need to know whether it is 12 or 13. It is 12 because both are located in India. When both are located in India, then as per 12, what is the situation? It is training and performance appraisal services. In case of training and performance appraisal services, B2B, location of recipient, B2C, location where service are actually performed. So is it B2B or B2C? It is B2B, registered. So location of recipient. So where is the recipient registered? Hyderabad. So Hyderabad will be taken as the place of supply. Okay. Then question number 3. Messrs. Doom Furniture Mart, located and registered under GST in the state of Chhattisgarh, sells furniture from its showroom to Messrs. Lucky Daba, located and registered under the GST in the state of Jharkhand. Messrs. Lucky Daba requested to deliver the furniture to Mr. Pyarelal, his landlord, at his new rented home at Patna, Bihar. Messrs. Doom Furniture Mart sends the furniture with a proper e-way bill to Patna through a transporter who made the delivery to Pyarelal. Determine the place of supply of furniture sold by Doom Furniture Part to Lucky Daba in the above case. First, is it goods or services? We need to check. So it is goods. In case of goods, we need to take section 10. As per section 10, we need to check whether it is supply involving movement of goods, supply does not involve movement of goods, bill to ship to transaction, or installation, or supply on board a conveyance. 5 situations are there. Out of that 5 situations, which situation it is? It is bill to ship to transaction, because the billing address is the Daba, whereas the shipping address is that Pyarelal. So therefore, in that case, bill to ship to transaction as per section 10(1)(b) of IGST Act, the place of supply will be the billing address. So here, Lucky Daba is located where? Lucky Daba is located in Jharkhand. So now Jharkhand will be taken as the place of supply. Whereas if they have asked the question, same situation, if they have asked, determine the place of supply of furniture sold by Lucky Daba to Pyarelal. Lucky Daba to Pyarelal. So don't apply bill to ship to transaction. So between Lucky Daba and Pyarelal, it's a normal supply. So normal supply 10(1)(a), supply involves movement of goods. There is movement of goods from one person to another person. Supply involves movement of goods. So we need to take what? Ending point. So ending point is Patna, Bihar will be taken as the place of supply. but here it is Jharkhand because the question is for the supply between Doom Furniture and Lucky Daba. That's why. Question number 4. Messrs. Buildwell Engineering Consultants, located and registered under GST in Gurugram, Haryana, provided architectural services to Taj India Limited, located and registered under GST in Mumbai, Maharashtra, for its hotel to be constructed on land situated in Dubai. Determine the place of supply of the architectural services. First, we need to see whether it is goods or services. It is services and it is covered under 12 or 13. Both supplier and recipient. Where is the supplier? Located in Haryana. Recipient located in Maharashtra. Both are in India, so 12. As per 12, what is the situation? It is service in relation to immovable property. So place of supply is location of immovable property. But if the immovable property is outside India, then location of recipient. In this case, the immovable property is going to be located outside India. So then, therefore, we need to take location of recipient. That is Maharashtra will be taken as the place of supply. Mumbai, Maharashtra will be taken as the place of supply because the property is outside India. What if the property is in India? If the property is in India, we will take location of property as the place of supply. What if this comes under section 13? So then location of immovable property only, that is Dubai, will be taken as a place of supply, because in case of section 13, we don't have any distinction as to, in India or outside India. Okay. So always we will take location of immovable property as a place of supply. Then next, question number 5. Aflatun Spares Private Limited, located and registered under GST in Haryana, supplied spare parts on FOB basis to Mr. Lakshmi Kurana, an unregistered person located in Rajasthan. Mr. Lakshmi Kurana booked the courier himself with Black Dot Courier Private Limited, registered under GST in Delhi, for delivery in Rajasthan. Black Dot Courier Private Limited picked up the goods from Haryana and delivered the courier in Rajasthan while passing through the state of Uttar Pradesh. Determine the place of supply of service provided by Black Dot Courier Private Limited to Mr. Lakshmi Kurana. First, it is goods or services we need to see. So it is not goods, it is service, because they clearly ask what is the question. Place of supply of service provided by Black Dot Courier to Lakshmi Kurana. So it's a services. So section 12 or 13? 12. Why 12? Because both are in India. Then again, what is the situation? Transportation of goods service. This is a transportation of goods service. In case of transportation of goods service, B2B, B2C. Because the goods are not going from India to outside India. If the goods are going from India to outside India, always ending point of the goods. So here the goods are not going from India to outside India. It is within India only. So therefore starting point, if it is B2C, B2B, location of recipient. So here the recipient is registered or not. Supplied the spare parts and to Lakshmi Kurana, and Lakshmi Kurana booked the courier himself. So therefore for the Black Dot Courier, who is the recipient? Lakshmi Kurana is the recipient who is unregistered. So B2C. So in case of B2C, we will take starting point of the goods. So the starting point of the goods for delivery in Rajasthan picked up the goods from Haryana. So Haryana will be taken as the place of supply. What if this courier is booked by Aflaton Spares Private Limited? If the courier is booked by Aflaton Spares Private Limited, it would have become B2B. Then location of recipient will be taken as the place of supply. So because Aflaton Spares is registered under GST in Haryana, got it? So it's a coincidence that Haryana will become place of supply, but the reason will differ. So why it will be Haryana there? Because it is location of recipient in case of B2B. Okay. Then question number 6. Mr. Javed, an unregistered person residing in Hisar, Haryana, went to Delhi for seeking admission of his child Mr. Arjun in CIPCC. Mr. Javed got the demand draft generated at what bank it is? ICIDI Bank. CIPCC, first of all, it is not there. Registered under GST in Shahibadabad, Uttar Pradesh against cash for depositing the registration fee to ICI. You should not ask and all, sir, now online registration only, na sir, why it came? Maybe it is offline registration at that time. when this question was created. Okay. So, Mr. Javid does not have a bank account in ICICI Bank and the bank does not have a policy of KYC requirement for customers not having account with any of its branch in India. So, demand draft can be taken even without having account in that bank. Now, you can understand about which era they are talking about this. Okay. So, determine the place of supply of service provided by ICICI Bank Limited Delhi to Mr. Javid. First of all, we need to take here, services. What is a service? Banking and other financial services. So, section 12 only. Section 12 only, banking and other financial services. General provisions. Sir, why not location of supplier? For banking and other financial service, location of supplier is the place of supply. Na? That is in case of section 13, not in case of section 12. For section 12, it will be general provisions. General provisions, B2B or B2C? B2C. Whether recipient data is available in the supplier records? No. So, location of supplier. What is the location of supplier? Where the bank is located? Uttar Pradesh. So, Uttar Pradesh will be taken as the place of supply. Then, next, Fury Limited has received an order for supply of services amounting to 5 lakhs from a US based client. Fury Limited is unable to supply the entire services from India and asked NIC Incorporation, Mexico, who is not an establishment of Fury Limited, to supply a part of the service, that is 40% of the total contract value, to a US client. So, therefore, 5 lakhs, out of that 5 lakhs, 40%, that is $2 lakh dollars worth of services will be outsourced. So, now Fury Limited raised an invoice for the entire value of $5 lakh, but the US client paid only $3 lakh to Fury Limited. Why? Because they will be paying remaining 2 lakhs to that outsourced person, that is NIC Limited, NIC Incorporation, Mexico, which is approved by a special order of RBI. Fury Limited also paid IGST at 18% on the service imported from NIC Incorporation, Mexico. Assume all conditions for section 2 clause 6 of IGST Act, meaning of export of service. So, is fulfilled. Determine the value of export of service. All conditions are fulfilled. Supplier in India, recipient outside India, place of supply outside India. Consideration is in forex. Supplier and recipient are not two establishments of the same person. When all the conditions are satisfied, then it will be treated as export of service. In case of export of service, we need to take 5 lakhs or 3 lakhs. There is one CBIC circular related to that. That CBIC circular says that for the outsourced component, if it is treated as import of service and IGST paid, then the entire invoice value will be taken as the export of service value. And even though only $3 lakh is received, $5 lakh will be taken as the value of supply in this case. So, therefore, export of service will be $5 lakh. Actually, there is a CBIC circular related to this. So, these are the type of questions, MCQs on place of supply. Then we will see the descriptive questions. So, you can see page number 76. 76, question number 1. X Limited of Mumbai receives an order from A Limited of Surat for supply of certain goods. The price quoted by X Limited being inclusive of freight, X Limited arranges for the transportation of goods to Surat. The delivery of the goods is taken by A Limited at Surat. Determine the place of supply of the goods and the nature of the transaction. Would your answer be different if A Limited has arranged the transportation of goods which are delivered to it by transporter in Surat? Is it goods or services? Goods. Bill to ship to transactions? No, normal. Supply involves movement of goods or supply does not involve movement of goods? Supply involves movement of goods. Under the contract of supply, so they agreed to deliver the goods. So X Limited arranges for the transportation of the goods to the Surat, which means that it is supply involving movement of goods. What will be taken as a place of supply? Section 10(1)(a), ending point will be taken as a place of supply. So location of goods for like terminating point, location where the goods are terminated for delivery, that is ending point, which is nothing but Surat, that will be taken as the place of supply. If the transportation is arranged by, A Limited also, that is recipient has arranged the transportation. I told you whomsoever arrange the transportation, let supplier arrange the transportation or recipient arrange transportation, or the transportation is done by third party, whatever it may be. Supply involves movement of goods, ending point will be taken as the place of supply, so Surat will be taken as the place of supply. Consequently, what is the nature of supply? Where is the supplier located? The supplier is located in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and place of supply will be Surat, Gujarat. So therefore, it will be coming under interstate supply. So when you are writing, even though the question is not about nature of supply, but to the extent possible, please write the nature of supply if data is available. So when you learn also, you learn it that way, so that mainly wherever you need to apply, there you will not only apply the place of supply, but also the nature of supply. There it will be beneficial for you. Okay. So in the learning process itself, you learn along with whether it is intra or inter. Suppose if the data is insufficient, leave it. If the data is there, try to write that one line. Okay. So then question number 2 is a simple question. You can take that for practice. Question number 3. Mr. A, New Delhi, has leased his machine cost 8 lakhs to Mr. B, Noida, Uttar Pradesh for the production of goods on a monthly rent of 40,000. After 14 months, Mr. B requested Mr. A to sell the machine to him for 4 lakhs, which is agreed by Mr. A. Determine the place of supply in this case. So this is a question which we discussed in our class also. So first, there are 2 components here. Sale of goods we will see. For sale of goods, we need to apply section 10. The confusion is whether supply involves movement of goods or supply does not involve movement of goods. First we gave the asset on lease. Thereafter we are transferring the title of that asset. Thereafter sale comes. At the time when sale comes, is there a movement of goods? No, because already that asset is with the recipient. So supply does not involve movement of goods. When supply does not involve movement of goods, what will be taken as the place of supply? So we will take place of supply as the delivery, location of goods at the time of delivery. So at the time of delivery, where the goods are located, as and when delivery has taken place, where the goods are located, the goods are already with the recipient, Noida, Uttar Pradesh. So that will be taken as the place of supply. So Noida, Uttar Pradesh will be taken as place of supply because already the goods are there with the recipient at the time when delivery takes place. Here delivery is by what way? Physical delivery? No, not physical delivery, constructive delivery, because they will just give the document. Sir, take it. Okay. So the title is just transferred, but asset is already given. So therefore, in this case, the place of supply will be location of goods at the time of delivery. Location of goods at the time of delivery is Uttar Pradesh. That will be taken as a place of supply. Now, there is something called as services, leasing. Leasing is services. For that service, means till the time the asset is sold, they are collecting the lease rental. For that lease rental, how to determine the place of supply as per section 12. So as per section 12, what will be taken as a place of supply? What service it is? Leasing. We don't have any specific section for that. So we don't have any specific section for that. Is it there? Maybe can we take it as performance based service in relation to goods? No, general provisions only. Even if you take performance based service in relation to goods, also general provisions only. So general provisions will be location of recipient. So that is also, Noida, Uttar Pradesh. Okay. Then next. See, for repairs and maintenance or inspection or, technical aspects related to the goods, then only we apply performance based service in relation to goods. But for renting, hiring and all, we go for general provisions. Okay. Then question number 4. Mr. A, located in Chennai, places an order on Mr. B of Chennai for installation of machinery at his factory in Mumbai. Mr. B procures the various parts of the machinery from different states and arranges for installation of the same in A's factory at Mumbai. Determine the place of supply and nature of transaction of the machine. So we need to see here whether it is goods or services. Goods. But that goods requires installation. As per the contract of supply, that goods requires installation. So therefore we need to take 10(1)(d). So that is supply involves assembly or installation. Location where it is installed. What is the location where it is installed? So factory in Mumbai, so that will be taken as the place of supply, simple. Then number 5, Miss P, New Delhi boards a New Delhi Kolkata flight to attend a business meeting at Kolkata. She buys lunch in the flight. The food items were loaded into the aircraft at New Delhi. The airlines is registered in New Delhi and Kolkata. Determine the place of supply. So here, first of all, we need to check whether it is goods or services. Lunch will be treated as goods or services. I asked you to take a stand. What is that? If that is cooked in the conveyance, then it will be service. If that is packed and taken on board in the conveyance, then it will be coming under goods. So therefore here, actually that's a controversial point. So maybe there could be alternative arguments also, but we need to take an assumption in the absence of information. That's where I conveyed you the assumption that if it is loaded into the conveyance, so then it will be coming under goods. For example, some food packets loaded into the train, I told it as goods. Whereas the same food, if they cook it in the pantry car of the train, it is service. So here it is goods only. So then section 10, supply of goods on board a conveyance, section 10(1) E. So we need to take starting point of the goods, location where the goods are boarded. So where the goods are boarded, so the goods are boarded in New Delhi, so that will be taken as the place of supply. Starting point of the conveyance, starting point of the conveyance, okay. So here starting point of the conveyance, we don't know the flight is starting from where. So therefore we cannot determine. How can you say that he just boards in New Delhi Kolkata flight, but the flight starting point we don't know, na? The flight starting point could be some other place also. So he boards in New Delhi does not mean flight also should start at New Delhi. Flight can start anywhere. The flight actually, there will be multiple legs of the journey. There will be stopovers. So first the flight will start at one place and to other place, stopover. Then again from that place to another place, okay. So now in this case where the goods are boarded will be taken, okay. Whereas in case of services on board a conveyance, starting point of the conveyance, okay. But where the services are rendered is irrelevant. So don't get confused between these two. Then next, question number 6. That is simple one. You can try 7 also, even 8 also. 8 I will discuss. 8 1. A Limited of Mumbai received an order from B Limited. Price is inclusive of freight. A Limited is to deliver goods to B Limited, which is located in SEZ in Mumbai. Determine the place of supply of the same. So what will be taken as a place of supply? First of all, we need to see here, it is goods or services? Goods. Supply involves movement of goods. So ending point will be taken as place of supply as per 10(1)(a). So therefore ending point is what? Mumbai only. So supplier also Mumbai, place of supply also Mumbai, intrastate supply. No. Here section 7 subsection 5 clause B overrides section 8, which says that it is deemed interstate supply chargeable to IGST. Don't miss that point. Then 9, question number 9. X Limited, being a registered person located in Hyderabad, hires Mr. Y, who is located in Chennai, for appraisal performance of senior employees of their company. Mr. Y visits Hyderabad to evaluate the performance of senior employees. Find the place of supply of service. Goods or services? Services. 12 or 13? 12. And this is training and performance appraisal services. B2B or B2C? B2B. So location of recipient. What is the location of recipient? So Hyderabad, that will be taken as the place of supply. What would be the place of supply if some of the selected employees and relevant papers are sent to Chennai for evaluation, where X Limited is unregistered person? Then Chennai will be taken as the place of supply because location where services are actually performed. Then number 10, already like that simple one only, exception. Goods temporarily imported for carrying out repairs and exported after repairs without being put to use. location of recipient will be taken as the place of supply at that point. Question number 11. Discuss whether the following supplies are intrastate supplies or interstate supply. HDFC Bank Incorporated outside India has opened up a branch in Delhi, India and providing services to customers in Delhi. Customers are account holders. So first of all, we need to see whether it is goods or services, and 12 or 13 because supplier is outside India and recipient is India. Opened up a branch, but the location of supplier is taken as outside India. So, but here listen carefully, when they open up a branch in India, so what is the meaning of location of supplier? Location of supplier means if they are registered, that registered place. If they are not registered, then every business establishment from where services are provided. So in this case, so that HDFC Bank, whether registered or not in Delhi, we don't know, but the Delhi will be taken as the business establishment. So then the location of supplier will be taken as Delhi only, because location of supplier we have a meaning. If they are registered, that registered place. If they are not registered and if they are supplying services from a business establishment, that business establishment. In the absence of such place, usual place of residence, like that we have a meaning of location of supplier. Accordingly here, the location of supplier will be Delhi only, not outside India. So section 13 will not come, 12 only will come. And recipient is located in Delhi, so that's why 12. So in case of 12, banking and other financial services, what will be taken as the place of supply? General provisions. As per general provisions, location of recipient. They are account holders. Account holders means definitely their details will be there. So therefore, it will be coming under intrastate supply. Even if account holders data is not there, it will be intrastate supply, because location of supplier will be the place of supply. Supplier is also Delhi, place of supply also Delhi. Okay. Then HDFC Bank Incorporated outside India has formed a subsidiary company in Mumbai and is providing services to customers in Delhi. Customers are account holders. So who is the supplier here? Subsidiary company is the supplier. So in that case, supplier is located in India and recipient also in India. So section 12. As per section 12, banking service general provisions. Location of recipient if it is B2B. B2C, location of recipient in the records of supplier. What is the location of recipient in the records of supplier? Delhi, because they are account holders. So place of supply will be Delhi. Supplier will be located in Mumbai. Place of supply Delhi. So therefore it will become interstate supply. Then question number 12. Determine the location of recipient of service in the following cases. First, Mr. X with registered place of business in Delhi and having other fixed establishment at Jaipur, Agra, Bharatpur, enters into agreement with Mr. Y in Delhi for AMC services for his offices. The services are received in Delhi and the same is utilized by all other offices. First, what will be taken as the location of recipient? If they are registered, the registered place. If they are not registered, the fixed or business establishment. If the fixed establishment, that is they are receiving services for more than one fixed establishment or business establishment, that establishment which is most directly concerned. So for this service, what is the establishment most directly concerned? Delhi. So that will be taken as the location of recipient. Then what would your answer be in the above case if Mr. X enters into agreement at Agra for receiving AMC services at Agra? Means that fixed establishment for which the services are received, that will be taken as the location of recipient. What would your answer be in the case agreement though entered into Delhi, but the service is received at Jaipur? Same way, so location where the services are received. If they are registered, always location of recipient will be the registered place. If they are not registered, that establishment where the services are received. If they have more than one establishment for receiving the services, out of those more than one establishment, that establishment which is most directly concerned with respect to that services. So this is actually the meaning of location of supplier and location of recipient of service, which we learnt in one chart form. Before starting place of supply of services, there we have learnt in our regular classes. Okay, do you remember at least? Nothing? So services, place of supply in case of services, I discussed one chart. Okay, so if you forget how we are this chart I discussed. What is the meaning of location of supplier of services? So supply made from place of business for which registration is obtained, that registered place, fixed establishment elsewhere, such fixed establishment, more than one establishment, whether fixed or any other thing, location of the establishment most directly concerned. In the absence of such places, usual place of residence. Okay, now you remember, super. So ultimately, now or some other time you should recollect this. Then question number 13. ABC Private Limited, New Delhi, provides support services to foreign customers in relation to procuring goods from India. The company identifies the prospective vendor, reviews product quality and pricing, and then share the vendor details with the foreign customer. The foreign customer then directly places purchase order on the Indian vendor for purchase of the specified goods. ABC Private Limited charges its foreign customer cost plus 10% markup for the services provided by it. For the month of December, the company has charged $1 lakh to its foreign customer. With reference to the provisions of GST law, examine whether the company is liable to pay IGST or CGST, SGST. First of all, who is the service provider here? ABC Private Limited is the service provider. Who is the service recipient? Foreign customers. And what is that service? Is it coming under intermediary services or not? We need to see. For that, there is one circular, recent circular applicable for May 22 exam, one updated circular also we discussed, and I shared that circular also as a PDF with you in the class. So that is, when it will be called as an intermediary service, I told you, when there is one activity, for that activity one person arranges or facilitates, then it is known as intermediary service. Outsourced work will not be treated as intermediary service. Like that we learned one point, that is the circular. Previously outsourced work was also treated as intermediary service, but now no, outsourced work will not be treated as intermediary service. There is one transaction between two parties in which you are facilitating or arranging the transaction. So see that, is ABC Private Limited comes under that category? Yes, they will come under that category, because the company identifies the prospective vendor, reviews the product quality and pricing, and share the vendor details with the foreign customer. Means he is just facilitating or arranging the transaction. There is one transaction between the vendor in India and a foreign customer. He just reviews the vendor. For doing reviewing, it will be coming under intermediary service. He is facilitating or arranging the transaction. Once that is done, over, his work is over. So he is not taking the outsourcing and he is not doing any supply. So therefore, in this case, it will be coming under intermediary services. In case of intermediary services, supplier is located in India, recipient is located outside India. Now, he receives a commission. What will be taken as the place of supply in that case? Location of supplier. So we need to determine it under section 13. As per section 13, the place of supply will be location of supplier for intermediary services. So here the supplier is located in India. Supplier is located in India. Therefore, it will be coming under location of supplier, that is New Delhi. Place of supply also New Delhi, and it will be intrastate supply chargeable to CGST, SGST only. And yes, very good. So once the place of supply is determined under section 13, it will never be treated as intrastate supply. Okay, so it will be deemed interstate supply. It will be deemed interstate supply. So, but this is the answer taken for this question in one RTP of ICI. Okay. RTP answer given is intrastate supply. However, this will become interstate supply as per section 7. Actually, this is an ICI RTP question in that RTP, but little old RTP only. So, but that answer is wrong. It is not intra, it is inter. Because once we determine the place of supply under section 13, it will always become inter. I gave the explanation below because in section 8, they uses the word if the place of supply is determined under section 12 only, then it will become intrastate supply, like that 8 says. So, therefore, section 7, subsection 5, clause C, supply in the taxable territory, not elsewhere specified, will become deemed interstate supply. Okay. But ICI has modified the answer at a later point of time. They changed that. They changed that, and in the recent questions, latest suggested answers and all, if you see, they modified it. They are now taking that view that once place of supply determined under section 13, it is a deemed interstate supply. Okay. So, that is why I have given this information. And next, so will it qualify for export of service? Will it qualify for export of service? It will not qualify for export of service because supplier in India, recipient outside India, but the place of supply is India, so it will not qualify for export of service. In order to qualify for export of service, the place of supply should be outside India, so that's why it will not qualify for export of service. Okay. Then next question to you is that there is one exemption. There is one exemption actually here. Intermediary services is exempted. Okay. There is one exemption. There is an intermediary, and that intermediary is providing services in relation to supply of goods from outside India to outside India. There is one exemption. Okay. So, if you want, you check that exemptions under IGST Act. Exemptions under IGST Act, I have given that. Under exemptions under IGST Act, I have given that. So, in exemptions at the end, even you can see that's it book also. Even you can see that's it book also I have given. I remember that I have given. I haven't discussed. I remember I discussed that. That is, there is an intermediary, and that intermediary supplier of service is located in outside India. Supplier of goods is outside India. Okay, listen. Now listen. Supplier of goods is outside India. Recipient of goods is also outside India. I am an intermediary in India. Now I receive a commission. That commission is exempted. Supplier of goods outside India. Recipient of goods also outside India. I am an intermediary in India. Now I receive some commission. That commission is exempted. Can we apply that exemption here? Can we apply that exemption here? No, because the supplier is in India. The supplier is in India. Supplier of goods, vendor is in India. That's why we cannot apply that exemption here. Okay. So that's an important point. So you also remember, after determining the place of supply, you should not end up writing the tax. You should also check whether there is any exemption or not in this case. Next. Question number 14. Next question. So mark this question number 13 as very, very important. Question number 14. RST Incorporation, a corn chips manufacturing company based in USA, intends to launch its products in India. However, the company wishes to know the taste and sensibility of Indians before launching its products in India. For this purpose, RST Incorporation has approached ABC Consultants, Mumbai, to carry out a survey in India to enable it to make changes, if any, in its product to suit Indian taste. The survey is to be solely based on the oral replies of the surveyees. They will not be provided any sample by RST Incorporation to taste. ABC Consultants will be paid in convertible foreign exchange for the assignment. With reference to the provisions of GST law, determine the place of supply of service. Also explain whether the said supply will amount to export of service. First of all, it is services. So who is the supplier of service? RST Incorporation is recipient outside India. ABC Consultants Mumbai is the supplier in India and their recipient is located outside India. Okay. So section 12 or section 13? Section 13. Will it come under performance based service in relation to goods? Will it come under performance based service in relation to goods? No. Why it will not come under performance based service in relation to goods? Sir, they are not bringing any goods to do the sample checking. So just they are taking the oral replies that has been stressed in the question. See there, that has been stressed in the question. So before launching the products, for this purpose, the survey has to take the oral replies. The survey is solely based on oral replies. They are not giving chips and asking them, you eat and give me your decision, you like it or not. If that be the case, it is performance based service in relation to goods. They are not importing chips packets and they are not giving it to the customers for survey. So oral replies. So which means that they are coming and asking, will you like chips made up of pineapple? Okay. Now you give a reply. Like that you will tell. So that they will note. That much only. So where it will be coming under section 13 performance based service in relation to goods. It will be coming under general provisions. So general provisions, what will be taken as the place of supply? Location of recipient will be taken as the place of supply. So in this case, where the location of recipient is USA, outside India, supplier in India, recipient outside India, place of supply outside India, and if the consideration is in convertible foreign exchange, yes, consideration is in convertible foreign exchange and supplier and recipient are not two establishments of the same person, therefore it will be coming under export of service. Okay. Then, so can we take them as intermediary services? No, this is an outsourced work. They are not facilitating or arranging a transaction. So one work which that corn chips manufacturing company has to do, they outsource it to these people. Okay. So that will not come under intermediary service and all. Okay. Next. So there is one question. Sir, one doubt regarding import of service. Location of supplier outside India, location of recipient in India, place of supply outside India. What to do, sir? You only tell me here. So supplier outside India, recipient in India, place of supply outside India. Both supplier and place of supply outside India, just because recipient is in India, there is no GST. So there is no GST in this case because it is neither intrastate supply nor interstate supply. So consequently there is no GST in this case. So no GST, no IGST, not taxable. Okay. Then, sir, can you give a chart on sequence on which question should be answered? Supply or not, taxable or not, goods or service, place of supply, like that. Simple. First you need to check whether the transaction is supply or not. Once the transaction becomes supply, then you need to check whether it will be, goods or services. After checking whether it is goods or services, the third thing you need to check whether it is taxable or exempted. So once it becomes taxable, then you will be determining whether it is FCM or RCM. And after that, even place of supply also you need to check to know whether it is intrastate supply or interstate supply. One point you remember that if it is FCM or RCM, that will come into picture only on domestic transactions. If the recipients are outside India, RCM will not come. So the main disqualification for RCM is that if the recipient is located outside India, RCM not applicable. Okay. So the recipient should be in India, then only FCM, RCM will be applicable. Okay. So place of supply also to be determined and FCM or RCM also to be determined. Okay. So if place of supply is mainly to determine whether it is intrastate supply or interstate supply. Then there is no chart and all for that because that is the flow in which we learn the subject also. First we started with supply, taxable event, and then we learned whether it is goods or services, and thereafter we learned who is liable to pay GST along with the exemptions. So whether it is taxable or exempted and who is liable to pay GST. Then we learned place of supply. Okay. So place of supply to classify intra or inter, and thereafter now we are learning value of supply on what we need to compute GST. Okay. Time of supply also will come for the time at which we need to pay tax. but for the transaction, so the line is up to place of supply, continuation, okay. Then next question number 14 we completed. Look into question number 15. Mr. Z, this you can do directly, it's not that difficult question. Even question number 16 also, 15, 16, 17, then 18. Now look into 19. Messrs. X Limited has factory in Cochin, Chennai, Vijayawada and Hyderabad and office in Bengaluru. Messrs. X Limited obtains insurance for the asset located in Cochin, Chennai, Vijayawada, Hyderabad and Bengaluru from insurance company located at Delhi. Premium receipt issued by the insurance company to the Bengaluru office. Find the place of supply of service and the GST liability. So whether it is 12 or 13, 12, both insurance company as well as the recipient is located in India, 12. Now the confusion will come, whether it is service in relation to immobile property or insurance services. There are actually two separate situations. Service in relation to immobile property is also there, insurance service is also there. So, but I told you, we should always prefer specific over general. So here, insurance is the specific, but service in relation to immobile property is a general. Not only insurance, other service also will come. So right now the question is about insurance service. So we need to treat it like insurance service only, and insurance service what will be taken as the place of supply. So general provision, that is location of recipient, will be taken as the place of supply. So what is the recipient here? So which office has received, which office is most directly concerned? Bengaluru. So that will be taken as the place of supply, okay. Then next question number 20. Question number 20. The government has hired 200 hoardings in Lakshadweep and 175 hoardings in Chennai for providing advertisement of gas subsidy, and contract contains a consideration for these hoardings separately. Hoarding service supplied by Messrs. X Limited located in Hyderabad. Find the place of supply of service and GST liability. Now advertisement services to government, we need to take each state as the place of supply. So therefore here Lakshadweep and Chennai will be taken as the place of supply, because the contract contains a consideration for these holdings separately. So we will take. In the absence of that information in the contract, then we will apportion the value based on generally accepted accounting principles, because it is other than advertisement on train, advertisement on tickets, advertisement in television, advertisement in radio, advertisement in SMS, correct? Television, internet, SMS. Television, internet, SMS, okay. So therefore it is other than these 5. All other cases we will be taking what? Amount payable ratio, correct or not? So amount payable ratio means what? Expenditure ratio. So we need to take the amount payable ratio and we need to apportion. So how much is the amount payable? Generally, if for 200 hoarding, one hoarding in Lakshadweep, how much is the amount payable? For one hoarding in Chennai, what is the amount payable? So in that ratio, you divide 175 hoardings into amount payable for one hoarding in Chennai and 200 hoardings into amount payable for one hoarding in Lakshadweep. So total amount expenditure value you will get. So in that ratio, the contract price needs to be apportioned, okay. Then, but in this case, it will be one place of supply only, already it is given. So accordingly, it will become interstate supply. Why interstate supply? Supplier is located in Hyderabad due to that reason. Then question number 21, you can take for practice. It's a very good question. You try that. Question number 22. Question number 22. Messrs. X Limited of Chennai, engaged in various businesses, has provided the following services, whose values are listed below. Compute its GST liability. Service of interior decoration in respect of immobile property located in Jammu, 5 lakhs. For that 5 lakhs, first, so service in relation to immovable property, what will be taken as the place of supply? Section 12, location of immovable property which is in India. So that will be taken. So place of supply is Jammu and it will be interstate supply because supplier is in Chennai. IGST. Service of renting of commercial building in Delhi. Service of renting of commercial building in Delhi, 15 lakhs. So renting will be not general provisions. Renting of immovable property is still service in relation to immovable property. But sir, in one question you said renting, you apply general provisions. That is renting of goods. This is renting of immovable property. Renting of immovable property will come under service in relation to immovable property. Okay. So therefore, for this, what will be taken as the place of supply? Delhi. So therefore, supplier Chennai, place of supply Delhi, interstate supply. Architectural services to an Indian hotel chain which has a business establishment in Mumbai for its newly acquired property in Sydney. Supplier in India, recipient in India, but the property is outside India. So location of recipient only will be taken as a place of supply, that is Mumbai, and again interstate supply. Mumbai only. Location of recipient. If immovable property is outside India, location of recipient will be taken as a place of supply. So that is Mumbai. Service provided as an Indian agent undertaking marketing in India of goods of foreign seller. So therefore it will be coming under exemption. Will it be coming under exemption? Intermediary service. It's an intermediary service. Will it come under exemption? I told you one exemption, not today. There is an intermediary in India. So supplier of goods outside India, recipient of goods outside India. Then the intermediary getting commission is exempted. Is it exempted or not? Check and tell me. No, because they are doing marketing in India. Okay. So therefore, which means that it will be coming under location of supplier. Where is the supplier located? Chennai. That will be taken as the place of supply. Okay. Supplier is located in Chennai. It is an intermediary service. First it is an intermediary service. What we did? We applied exemption. Then it becomes taxable. It is not exempted. It becomes taxable. Then only I am telling place of supply. You understood the order? So first I am telling whether it is exempt or not. You check. It is not exempted. So it is taxable. Now determining the place of supply. What is the place of supply? Location of supplier. That is Chennai. Correct? And supplier is Chennai. Place of supply also Chennai. But it will not become intrastate supply. Why it will not become intrastate supply? Because it is determined under section 13. So IGST only. So this is the mistake here. So once the place of supply is determined under section 13, we need to take it as deemed interstate supply. So here it is not CGST, SGST, it will be IGST. Sir, if I write CGST, SGST, will I lose marks? No. No, don't worry. You will not lose marks. If you make that mistake, don't worry, you will not lose marks because actually even ICAI has made this mistake in some questions. And some questions they followed CGST, SGST. Some questions they followed IGST. But to be precise to the answer, I told you IGST. But sir, if I mistakenly took CGST, SGST, will I lose marks? Don't worry, you will not lose. If it is MCQ, you will lose. Okay. If it is MCQ, you will lose. Because MCQ, nothing. We can't do anything with respect to that. And their OMR key, whatever is given, that only will come. But otherwise, valuer will definitely see that because it is really having a confusion still as to whether it is intra-inter. I gave you the clear-cut information that it should be deemed interstate, but there is an argument that no, how it will be deemed interstate, all these things. So let them, keep on arguing. So you write it as interstate, but suppose by oversight if you miss also, don't worry. Okay. So this CGST, SGST will be levied, will not be coming. So it will be IGST. Why IGST? Once place of supply is determined under section 13 and if it is in India, then IGST will be levied. Okay. Then next one, number 5, services provided as travel agent undertaking marketing in India of service of foreign seller. 1 lakh, applicable rate of GST is 18%. Okay. Suppose there is a travel agent in India, again intermediary services. So this intermediary services section 12 or section 13, because travel agent undertaking marketing in India of services of a foreign seller. So his recipient is located outside India. So section 13. Whether exemption is available, first of all exemption is not available for this, exemption is available for goods only. So transaction involving sale of goods. So supplier of goods outside India, recipient of goods outside India, now the intermediary is in India, the brokerage received is or commission received is exempted. Supplier of service outside India, recipient of service outside India, if the intermediary is located in India, that is not exempted. Understood or not? So therefore, here it is not exempted, it will be taxable. And intermediary service again, location of supplier will be taken as the place of supply. Sir, intermediary for goods or intermediary can be for services also. For determining the place of supply, intermediary of goods or services, the place of supply will be determined as per section 13, location of supplier only. Intermediary for goods means commission agent, consignment agent, etc. Intermediary for services means travel agent, tour operator, examples of intermediary for services. Okay. So therefore it will be coming under location of supplier, and we will take it as interstate supply only because the place of supply is determined under IGST. So therefore IGST will be levied. IGST will be levied. So which means fully it will be IGST only. Got it? Fully it will be IGST only. CGST, SGST will not come. So therefore we need to take 97 lakhs multiplied with the rate of GST 18%, so that will come to how much? IGST 97 lakhs into 18%, 97 lakhs into 18%, 17. Suppose if I have taken, sir, the answer which you have given in the book, then also it is correct only, don't worry. So because ICAI itself has taken two different answers in multiple questions. Few questions they took deemed interstate supply, few questions they took intrastate supply, CGST, SGST. Okay. Then, and actually, you know, there is, like I just gave one website link for those students who purchased solved workbook. So tarunraj.com/SWB. So in this, whatever are the changes, updates, etc., up to November 22 exam, I will be giving. So which means, suppose if you skip your attempt, you will not, I know, but if you skip your attempt also, don't worry, you can use the same book, and I will be giving you the updates related to this. Okay. So in this web page, all the updates, including these corrections, whatever is there, everything I will be keeping it available in that place, so that you can cross check at any point of time. Okay. Then, so right now only the page is there. So slowly I will be keeping on adding one by one. So even the videos, so whatever every Saturday I take the video, na, so those videos also I will be making it available here, so that chapter wise you can see, so what are the answers for those videos, like answers for the questions which we are discussing, including the MCQ related answers. Okay, fine. So see this question number 23. Like when you buy a smartphone, the smartphone they will provide updates, no, up to 1 year, like that. Up to 1 year updates will be given. So not that, but you know, I don't want to become too much commercial. Actually, I already became commercial. Yes, I already became commercial by selling Google Drive lectures and by selling books, all these things. But actually, as per, you know, Vedas and Shastras, a teacher should never charge money for taking the classes. Already I am charging. So there itself I deviated, I became commercial, but at least I want to draw a line that I don't want to become too much commercial, because teachers and all in olden days, the king used to take care of the teachers, the food, shelter, etc. Now, no king is looking at us, so therefore we take money from you. And but in that I wanted to have little bit of ethics, that's why. Okay, don't worry, if any student have purchased the old books, and if they want support, so definitely it will be provided from my side. Okay, so you just convey this information to your friends also. Okay, I will never tell, okay, amended by new book. No, I am not belonging to that category and all. So please convey this to your friends also. If they were planning to purchase any new book, ask them to approach me. Whatever are the changes, I will give it to them, ask them to study from that. At least some amount will be saved. Okay. See this, question number 23. ABC laboratories are in the business of testing of drug samples in India for the customers located abroad. They receive testing charges in foreign currency for testing done and have not paid GST. Testing, treating it as export of service. Write a brief note whether the stand taken by ABC laboratories is correct. First of all, sir, it is goods or services. Goods or services. Services. Section 12 or section 13. Section 13. Because the supplier is in India and the recipient is outside India. So section 13. As per section 13, and what is the situation here? Performance based service in relation to goods. So what should be taken as a place of supply? Whether physical presence of the goods required or physical presence of the goods not required. Here physical presence required for doing the testing. So location where service are actually performed. If physical presence of the goods not required, then we will take general provisions. Correct or not? Or location of goods. Location of goods, not general provisions, location of goods. And can we take it as performance with performance relation to goods where service is actually performed? No, we have 4 exceptions. We have 4 exceptions. Exception number 1, if goods are temporarily imported for carrying out any repairs or process and exported after repairs or process without being put to use, location of recipient is a place of supply. Number 2, in case of pharmaceutical industry carrying out the testing on the drugs, will also be coming under location of recipient as the place of supply if the other conditions of export of services is satisfied. Number 3, that is, in case of aircraft used for business purpose, so repairs and maintenance in relation to the aircraft or its parts. Now 4th point is also there, that repair and maintenance in relation to vessels and its parts. Vessels and its parts. Okay, so that is this. So here it comes under that exception. Supplier, where supplier is located? See, ABC laboratories in India, recipient outside India, consideration is in convertible foreign exchange. Supplier and recipient are not two establishments of the same person. So all conditions of export of service except place of supply is satisfied. So the place of supply then will be location of recipient. Location of recipient is outside India, so it will qualify for export of service. What if consideration is not in forex? Then the place of supply, that exception will not come. The place of supply is not location of recipient, place of supply will be location where service are actually performed. Next, 24, famous actress Aishwarya Rai went to London and availed cosmetic and plastic surgery service for her nose. Find the place of supply of service and GST liability. For me, I am 90s kid, no. So therefore, for me, famous actress is Aishwarya Rai only, not for you. And what will be taken as the place of supply here? Plastic surgery, performance based service in relation to individual. 12 or 13? 13. So physical presence of the recipient required or not, we need to check. Required. So then we need to take location where services are actually performed. Where the services are actually performed. London. So supplier, London. Place of supply, London. So no GST. Okay. Then next, question number 25, you try. 25 you try. So whichever questions I am asking you to try, you put a tick to that. So those questions you complete it tomorrow also, Sunday, okay, or in one day, so that this is over. Solved workbook you completed. See the confidence when you complete this big book. So what is the kind of confidence you get? Okay, I completed. Sir, if you are not trusting me, after completion of this book, take any question paper. If you are not able to solve that question paper, call me and tell. The next day I will resign taking indirect tax classes. Okay, done? Challenge clear? See this. Question number 26. Mr. S has a permanent residence at Chennai. He has a savings bank account with Chennai Mount Road branch of State Bank of India. On August 1st, S opened a safe deposit locker with the Chennai Mount Road branch of SBI, and S went to Singapore for official work in September and has been residing there since then. Mr. S contends that since he is a non-resident during the year 2012-13, that is the next year, so in terms of Income Tax Act, GST cannot be levied on the locker fee charged by the State Bank of India. Examine the correctness of the contention of Mr. S. First, yes, he is located outside India. That's true. Because, so usual place of residence will be taken as the place of supply. So what is the usual place of residence now? The usual place of residence is Singapore only. Singapore only is the usual place of residence. What is the location of supplier? Location of supplier is Chennai, and place of supply to be determined as per section 13. As per section 13, because recipient is outside India. Na? Supplier is in India, recipient is outside India. Bank is in India, and the recipient is usual place of residence is outside India. So section 13. As per section 13, the place of supply will be location of supplier. So in case of banking and other financial service. So location of supplier is where? The location of supplier is Chennai. So that will be the place of supply. And can it be taken as intrastate supply? Interstate supply, deemed interstate supply. In case of deemed interstate supply, what will be the taxability? Is it there or not? Yes. Is it interest income, interest on loans, advances, deposits? No. So there are no exemptions also here. So charges for safety locker will be coming under other charges that will be taxable. We don't have exemption. Okay. So here it will be, so there will be a liability for GST as it is an interstate supply. It is not intrastate supply, interstate supply. Okay. Sir, I write intrastate supply. Already I told you. This is the point where there is a confusion. So you will find two answers. In some questions intra, in some questions inter, only in this place. Other places everything will be clear. So why like that? Because whatever view that I took, majority took the same view. Even ICAI, some questions they took the same view, but they also took the other view that it will become intra because supplier and recipient both are in the same place. Okay, that's why that is the place where there will be, but we took a stand, firm stand that we will write it as interstate supply only in exam. Then, so whether the contention of Mr. S is correct or wrong? Wrong. Then next, look into question number 27. Write a brief note on determination of place of supply in the following cases. Whether the representation service provided by SBI, Chennai, to a foreign MTSO, money transfer service operator in relation to money transfer to a beneficiary in India, falls in the category of intermediary services. No, wait. So they are acting as a money transfer service operator. Okay. So by acting as a money transfer service operator, are they facilitating or arranging a transaction? Yes. So outside India to India, someone is sending money. So these people will act as a remitter. Okay. So agent. So they will be coming under intermediary. This service is not exempted. Where is it given as exemption? So the transaction in foreign currency between banks, between forex dealers is exempted. So this is not the transaction, correct? It's an intermediary services. In case of intermediary services, what will be taken as the place of supply? Location of supplier. So location of supplier is where? Chennai. So that will be taken as the place of supply. Okay. Can't we treat it as banking and other financial services? No, it is not banking and other financial service. It is intermediary service only. It will not come under banking and other financial services, because they are not providing the services to the customer, they are providing services to, the person outside India. You understood or not? They are not providing the services to a customer in India, they are providing services to a person outside India. If they provided services to a customer in India, why section 13 will come? Section 12 only should come now. So why 13 I applied? Means they are providing services to a person outside India due to that reason. Okay. Then next, whether GST leviable on the services provided as mentioned one above by an intermediary agent located in India to MTSO located outside India? Yes. Then next one, there is one question here. That question is asked in July exam, which I discussed also in the class, but I am just giving you, that was given in the taxable event chapter. By mistake it went into the taxable event chapter because export of services is there also. You can look into that question. So which was in taxable event chapter. In that one last question, yes. So look into page number 38, page number 38, page number 38. So question number 58, XYZ Limited has obtained a loan from a foreign bank. The company does not have an account with the foreign bank from whom it has taken the loan. Whether RCM liability under GST law should be discharged in this regard for import of services received in relation to the loan. Provide relevant legal provisions in support of your answer. Where is the supplier located? Who is the supplier? Bank, foreign bank. Who is the recipient? XYZ Limited. Section 12 or section 13? Section 13. And it is what service? Banking and other financial services. So in that case of banking and other financial service, what will be taken as the place of supply? Location of supplier. Location of supplier. So where is the supplier located? Outside India. So supplier outside India, place of supply outside India, it is not chargeable to GST. Like that, if you write, that is a wrong answer. Because banking and other financial service, location of supplier, listen, very important point. Location of supplier will be taken as place of supply in case of banking and other financial service if they provide the service to their account holders. If they are not providing the service to the account holders, this will not come, general provisions will be applicable. So what will be the general provisions? Location of recipient. So supplier is outside India, recipient in India, place of supply in India. So it will qualify for import of service and chargeable to IGST under RCM. Okay. So as there is a connection for import of service and RCM, I just gave it in taxable event. But like this, place of supply also can be interconnected. Okay. Then, yes. Yes, 27. What is your doubt in that? Yes. But usually this for their other person. So if they provide it to their customers, then it will be coming under banking operations. So otherwise B2B, that will be business to business. So that's where that will not be coming under banking service. But even if you take banking service also, location of supplier is the place of supply. Okay. But why it is not taken as banking services is what I am trying to convey there. Even if the confusion comes, okay, for example, you get a confusion in some other question, intermediary service versus banking and other financial services. Take intermediary only. Specific is intermediary, banking is general. Okay. Then question number 28. PQ, a statutory body, deals with all the advertisement and publicity of government. It's an RTP question, not asked in exam so far. So deals with all the advertisement and publicity of the government. It has issued a release order to Moon Plus channel registered in state A for telecasting an advertisement relating to one of the schemes of government in the month of September The advertisement will be telecasted in state A, B, C, D and E. The total value of the service contract entered into between Moonplus and PQ is 10 lakhs. So here who is the supplier of service? Moonplus channel. Where Moonplus channel is in? State A. And to whom they are providing services? PQ, a statutory body under government. So will it be coming under advertisement service to government? Yes. Advertisement service to central government, state government, local authority, union territory or any statutory body under government. So then the place of supply will be the each state where the services is provided, that is advertisement is broadcasted. In the absence of the information with respect to each state in the contract, then we need to determine as per rule 3. And in that rule 3, here rule 3 will come because they have taken 10 lakhs in total. So out of this 10 lakhs, there is no breakup in the contract as to how much is for each state out of the 5 states A, B, C, D, E. Then we need to apply rule 3. As per rule 3, we have advertisement in television. First, you divide it between the channels in the ratio of Broadcast Audience Research Council viewership data. So viewership data of BRC, Broadcast Audience Research Council, last quarter, last week. The previous quarter, last week should be taken. So please see that. So they have 3 channels. So for the 3 channels, we got the viewership data in the last quarter, that is previous quarter of the current month. What is the current month? The current month is September. So what is the quarter? So April, May, June. April, May, June. That is the quarter, previous quarter. For that April, May, June, last week we got the data. So 10 lakhs first you divide between the channels. So 50,000, 1 lakh 50,000 means 1:2:1, correct? And divide in that ratio 10 lakhs. So 10 lakhs into 1 by 4. So 10 lakhs into 1 by 4, 2,50,000. And then 10 lakhs into 2 by 4, 5 lakhs. And then 10 lakhs into 1 by 4, that will be 2,50,000. You divide it this way. And now you got the 3 channels. So here A channel is 2,50,000, only one channel, no problem. Then, so second channel will be state B and C. So now, what is the secondary distribution? The secondary distribution will be based on population census. So what is the population census? 180:20. So 9:1 ratio, correct or not? So in 9:1 ratio, you divide 5 lakhs. So 4,50,000 and 50,000. How? So 5 lakhs into 9 by 10, 5 lakhs into 1 by 10, 4,50,000 and 50,000. Then next D and E, 2,50,000. What is the ratio? 4:1. So 2,50,000 into 4 by 5, 2 lakhs and 50,000, correct? So now you divide the entire value in this way. So 2,50,000 first one, state A. Supplier is in state A, place of supply also state A, intra-state supply. Second, supplier in state A, place of supply state B. So inter, third inter, fourth inter, fifth inter, okay. And now there is another question. Also advise us whether it is required to issue single invoice or separate invoices. So separate invoices, because when there is more than one place of supply, you cannot give it in a single invoice. So we need to give separate invoices for this purpose. We studied that. Question number 29, you try. Question number 29, you try. Look into question number 30. Musicara Private Limited, owned by Nitish Dani, a famous classical singer, wishes to organize Nitish Dani music concert in Gurugram, Haryana. Musicara Private Limited, registered in Ludhiana, Punjab, enters into contract with event management company Supplier Private Limited for organizing the said music concert at an agreed consideration of 10 lakhs. Now stop there. Stop there. For the 10 lakhs amount, who is the supplier of service? Supplier Private Limited, Delhi. They are providing services to Musicara Private Limited. Correct? And Supplier Private Limited is providing what services? Organizing an event. So section 12 or section 13? 12. As per section 12, organizing an event, B2B or B2C, we need to see. What is it? B2B or B2C? B2B, because Musicara Private Limited is registered, B2B. So therefore, location of recipient will be taken. What is the location of recipient, darlings? So Gurugram, Haryana. Where is the supplier? Supplier Private Limited, Delhi. Supplier Delhi, place of supply Haryana, interstate supply, chargeable to IGST. So that is the answer for the first one. Okay. Oh, sorry. Musicera Private Limited is in Punjab. Then also it is interstate supply only, no? Okay. So place of supply will be Punjab and place of supply will be Punjab and it is interstate supply and chargeable to IGST. So what is that? 10 lakhs. So see this, the 10 lakhs will be chargeable to IGST because Punjab will be taken as the place of supply. Understood? This one. Then next one, you read, continue from there. Supplier Private Limited books the launch of Hotel Dum Dum Gurugram registered in Haryana for holding the music concert for a lump sum consideration of 4 lakhs. Now in this case, for 4 lakhs, who is the supplier? Hotel Dum Dum. Hotel Dum Dum is the supplier. Who is the recipient? Supplier Private Limited. What is the service? Service in relation to immobile property. 12 or 13? 12. So location of immobile property. Where is the immobile property located? Haryana. So location of supplier, Haryana. Place of supply, Haryana. It will be intrastate supply. Place of supply not determined under section 13, 12 only. So intrastate supply, CGST, SGST. Okay. So that is this third one. CGST, SGST. Next one. Now, Musicera Private Limited fixes the entry fee to the music concert at 5,000 rupees. 400 tickets for Nitish Dani music concert are sold. For these entry tickets, so who is the supplier? Supplier, Musicera Private Limited. Who are the recipient? People who buy the ticket. So both are in India. So section 12, admission to an event. What will be taken as a place of supply? Location where the event is held. Where the event is held? Haryana. So that will be taken as the place of supply. Location of supplier, Punjab. So place of supply, Haryana. Therefore, it will be coming under interstate supply chargeable to IGST. 400 tickets into 5,000 per ticket. Okay. You are required to determine CGST, SGST, IGST. Done. Now there is another part in this question. Will your answer be different if the price of the ticket fixed is 450 rupees? Good. So concert, musical performance, theatrical performance, award show, then pageant, etc. So that will be exempted if the ticket price does not exceed 500 rupees. We have an exemption. Total 9 or 8. So 9. Tell me the list. Concert, first performance, concert, musical performance, dance, theatrical performance, then events. What are the events? Award show, pageant, sporting event, circus. Okay. Then one more, planetarium. So that will be exempted if the ticket price does not exceed 500. Okay. Then next. Good. You are able to remember and recollect. Keep it up. So question number 31, you try at your end. That is related to organizing an event. 32 also you can try. Then even 33, we discussed a similar of that kind. Even 34, these are all small ones only. Then look into 36, 35, up to 35 you try, 36 you see. Determine the place of supply in the following independent cases. Mr. Saukar, New Delhi, boards the New Delhi Kota train at New Delhi. Mr. Saukar sells the goods taken on board by him in the train at Jaipur during the journey. So supply of goods on board a conveyance. What will be taken as a place of supply? Location where the goods are boarded. So it is a place on which goods are boarded. New Delhi. That will be taken as a place of supply. Then number 2, Vidyut Private Limited imports electronic food processors from China for its kitchen store in Noida, Uttar Pradesh. So in case of import of goods, like section 11. So importer, location of importer will be taken as the place of supply. So therefore Uttar Pradesh will be taken. Clear or not? What is the need of determining place of supply in case of import of goods? So that the IGST involved in the import of goods, customs duty, there is an IGST. Out of that IGST, 50% will go to Uttar Pradesh for that reason. Okay. Then Mr. Atmaram, a manager in a bank, is transferred from Bareilly, Uttar Pradesh to Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Mr. Atmaram's family is stationed in Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. He hires Gokul carriers of Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh to transport his household goods from Kanpur to Bhopal. Actually, in this case, you can write the answer as exempted also. It will become correct because transportation of goods by road other than GTA or courier agency is exempted. Okay. So that is correct answer. Or you can also put an assumption. Assuming the current case is covered under GTA services, possible na? So assuming the current case is covered under GTA services, the place of supply shall be, like that also you can write. Okay, but both the answers are correct answers only. Don't worry. Okay. So now, because transportation of goods by road other than GTA or courier agency is exempted. So they are doing transportation services. That's why. So now, first of all, so why? Recipient is unregistered individual. Where is that information that he is unregistered individual? Manager in bank. Correct, yeah. Yes. So you can take that also view. That manager in a bank, so therefore it is exempted. That way also we can take, not having a factory. Suppose if you take that, maybe manager having some kind of GST registration, then in that case only place of supply will be required. Okay. So here the place of supply has been determined, okay, but the service is exempted. You understood or not? So this place of supply, because they have asked the question, determine the place of supply. Had they asked determine the taxability, we would have written it as exempted. You understood? Had they asked, suppose if you are computing the GST liability, you will write it as exempted. But what I am trying to convey is that you will ask me a doubt that sir it is exempted, then why are we determining the place of supply? So that's where I told you maybe that person could be registered. So or some other case. So for that reason only, because they asked place of supply, for that we are determining. But actually the same question if it is given under whether GST payable or not, it would have been exempted. Okay. So now what will be the place of supply here? Transportation of goods. India to outside India? No. B2B or B2C? B2C. So starting point of the goods. What is the starting point of the goods? He hires Gokul carriers of Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh to transport his household goods from Kanpur to Bhopal. So Kanpur will be taken, that is Uttar Pradesh. Okay. Then number 4, Bolunath, a resident of New Delhi, opens his savings account in New Delhi branch of Best Bank after undergoing the KYC process. He goes to Amritsar for some official work and withdraws money from Best Bank's ATM in Amritsar, thereby crossing his limit of free with ATM withdrawals. Now, banking and other financial service general provisions only. So, location of recipient available in the records of the supplier. So, location of recipient will be taken. What is the location of recipient? New Delhi. So, bank is also in New Delhi. Yes, Delhi branch. Correct? Okay. Then number 5, Mr. Chakmak, an architect, New Delhi, enters into contract with Mr. Jishan of New York to provide professional service in respect of immobile property of Jishan located in Pune and New York. First, section 12 or 13? 13. Service in relation to immobile property. So, location of immobile property, as the property is both in Pune and New York. So, how to determine the place of supply? First, the place of supply will be Pune and New York. If the contract is entered separately, see, place of supply over, answer over. Now, what I am explaining is extra. Okay. So, place of supply is Pune and New York. If it is New York only, no, New York only, that is only for 12. If both are in India, if the immovable property is outside India, then location of recipient will be taken. But here the recipient is outside India. So due to that reason, it will be coming under section 13, always location of immovable property. So POS is Delhi, Pune and New York. But we have section 13 subsection 6 which says that if part of the service is in India and part of the service outside India via a single contract, the entire amount will be taxable in India. Like that one section we have 13 subsection 6, and therefore this entire consideration will be taxable in India. They did not ask about taxability, but I am explaining. The entire amount will be taxable in India, and we need to allocate that between states as per 13 subsection 7. If within India there is more than one state, there is no more than one state, for the entire amount it will be taxable in India, and the place of supply should be taken as Pune. Understood? So here it is, okay, place of supply, location of immovable property, like that they stop, because the question is about place of supply. But if the question is talking about taxability, then you should have brought this 13.6 into picture. Then, so this question number 37 and 38. 38 we discussed in the class itself, that's a Jan 21 question. 37, 38 you can try at your end, okay. With this we completed place of supply. Around some 10-12 questions only I gave for you. You can try on your end, and remaining questions we discussed. So this is the standard in which the questions, past exam, MTP, RTP questions are, okay. So this much standard, if you are able to read, that is enough. So the only way for this is you have to revise place of supply as many number of times as you can. Keep that sit book, and already the last batch rocket revision video is there. So you just listen to that. Is it useful? Whether you tried that? Is it useful? So therefore just listen to that video, keep the that's it book and see it once, so that the revision is complete, okay. So that what will happen, you will be able to recollect the provision easily, for that reason only, okay. So we completed place of supply revision. We'll take a break for 10 minutes, and thereafter we will continue to exemptions under GST, okay. Can you brief the provision of section 14? How can I reply pa? Section 14. You ask me a query, I will explain. No, that section 14 is nothing. OIDR services, who is liable to pay GST? Is it the intermediary or the supplier located outside India? That much only. But so it's a request to those who are asking questions, don't ask any faculty, you explain this topic. See, no one will explain here, because already I am putting lot of videos. I am taking multiple batches, and already recorded videos are available with you. You are all Google Drive students, and you can watch that 1.5 views I am giving. Up 2 times also you can watch easily. And you ask me to explain the entire topic half an hour. Adella doubt illappa. Never ask to everyone I am requesting, okay. If you ask me a doubt, I will definitely explain, but not ask a concept. Don't ask a concept to explain. Okay, what's the page number for exemption? So please take exemptions to 255. Yes, and see this, exemptions and charge. Okay, this exemptions and charge again same. So what you need to know is not to by heart the provisions. So don't by heart, okay, these are all the services which are exempted. Here it is not memory that plays a role. So here it is about understanding whether a transaction is taxable or exempted. You don't have to by heart, but place of supply you have to. You should remember like that anything, okay. But exemption, it is taxable or exempted. So different transactions, it is taxable or exempted. So you need to remember exempted. So what you need to do is that, so once you need to revise what are all the exempted supplies. That much you need to do, okay. Now how the questions will be, after seeing the questions you will understand its application, that exemptions application. Look into this question number 1. Asper Limited enters into contract with Beta Limited for execution of works contract for rupees 50 lakhs, excluding taxes for following activities pertaining to construction of a complex. Determine whether the following activities fall under the ambit of works contract. Erection and installation of structural design of the complex which involved material. Yes, what is a works contract? So a contract involving supply of goods as well as services in relation to immovable property. So yes, it will be coming under works contract. Fabrication work relating to the structure of the complex, no material involved. When there is no material involved, it is not a works contract, it is a service, normal labor service, okay. Then assembly of units pertaining to movable property which involve material and goods. So material, goods, service, everything is there. So works contract, no, it is in relation to movable property. So works contract should be in relation to immovable property, okay. Then tiling and painting work of the entire building which involve material, yes. So both goods and services in relation to immovable property, so it will be coming under works contract services. With respect to works contract services, we don't have any exemptions, you know that. With respect to works contract service, we don't have any exemptions. Only with respect to construction services, we have the exemption. It's like just to know, because works contract, you know, it is put there. Just to know that, you know, what is a works contract for that purpose. Then, look into question number 2. XYZ Limited, New Delhi, manufactures biscuits under the brand name Tasty Picks. Biscuits are supplied to wholesalers and distributors located across India on free on road basis from the warehouse of the company located at New Delhi. The company uses multiple modes of transport for supplying the biscuits to its customers spread across the country. The transportation cost is shown as a line item in the invoice and is billed to the customer with a markup of 2% on the total amount of freight paid. So what does it mean? So they will be delivering at their place. Is it X factory? No, it is not X factory. It is FOR, which means they will take the responsibility to deliver at the recipient's place and they charge for the transportation. So here they are charging a transportation service. Okay, they are adding the transportation cost. When they add the transportation cost, don't think the transportation is exempted. Main transportation may be exempted, but the day when you recover the transportation expense, you are not providing the transportation service. That is wrong. I incur transportation cost. When I charge it to you, recover it from you, that is not for providing transportation service. That is for supplying biscuits. You got it? So here, what they will do is that the transportation cost is shown as a line item in the invoice and is billed to the customer with a markup of 2% on the total amount of the freight paid inclusive of taxes. Floor used for the production process is procured from vendors located in Madhya Pradesh on ex-factory basis, means they need to pay for the transportation cost. The company engages goods transport agency to transport the floor. Ex-factory means the goods are delivered at that place. So this XYZ Limited should arrange for the transportation from their supplier place to their place, that floors and other raw material. Then the company has provided the following data relating to transportation of biscuits and flour in the month of April 2021. This is a very, very good question, and it's not a simple question, taxable or exempted. It involves really application of our mind. First, for sales within NCR region, where are they located? Where are they located? Delhi. So within that, Delhi, so 20 lakhs is the value of the goods. The company arranged a local minivan belonging to an individual and paid him 54,000. First, they received the services of transportation of goods by road from other than GTA or courier. Therefore, that 54,000 will be taxable or exempted. Exempted. When they received, so they will not be paying GST, that is exempted, because transportation of goods by road other than courier or GTA service is exempted. Here I am not talking about their service, their sale of biscuits to the customers. I am not talking about that transaction. First, they are selling the biscuits to their customers. That is sale of goods. Now they received the service of a transportation. Now one person who is providing transportation service, is that taxable or exempted is what we are understanding. That will be exempted because the transportation service is other than by courier or GTA. So it is exempted. Means they will pay how much? They will pay how much? Only 54,000. They will not pay anything more than that. Now that 54,000 will be added as a line item for sale of goods, correct? Sale of biscuits is their outward supply. What is the value of sale of biscuits? 20 lakhs. Now, the freight whatever they have paid will be added as a line item with a markup of 2%. What is the cost? Freight cost 54,000. 54,000 plus 2% will be added as the line item. Got it? So 54,000 plus 2% how much? 55,000. So here the value will be 20 lakh 55,000. Correct? 54,000 plus 2% is 55,000 and 20 lakh plus 55,000 will be the value. Now it is sale of biscuits. Sale of biscuits is taxable at what rate? So transportation of goods is taxable at 5%. And biscuits is taxable at 12%. Therefore, 12% we will take and 20 lakh 55,000 into 12%. 20 lakh 55,000 into 12%. That is their GST liability. Got it? So, see here, freight 54,000. On the 2%, 55,000. 55 exactly. Then you did not tell me. Oh, it went in a flow. Okay, fine, good. Ensure that in exam it is not going in that flow. So 54,000 plus 2%, 55,080. On that GST will be payable. Why? Sir, that service is exempted now, sir. Yo, that service is exempted. But that day when it is recovered, it is not that service, it is sale of biscuits. 54,000 plus 2% now becomes sale of biscuits. Now it is not transportation service, sale of biscuits taxable at 12%. So under that category it will be taxed. Understood? 54,080 into 12%, 6,610. Okay? Like that. Second transaction you need to tell. For sales to location in distant states, 1 crore 78 lakhs is the value. The company booked the goods by Indian Railways and paid rail freight of 3 lakh 17,000. First, rail freight taxable or not? Taxable. Specified goods exempted. Biscuits is not in the specified goods. Therefore, it will be taxable. So, how much they pay with respect to that rail freight when they receive? 3 lakh 17,000 into, are they transporting goods or transporting biscuits? Biscuits. So what is the rate of GST? 12%. Like that you should not interpret. So the transportation of goods and biscuits 5 and 12, they confused us. transportation of goods and biscuits. So 5 and 12. So what a student will think because of the pressure in exam hall, okay, transportation of biscuit is 12%, transportation of other goods will be 5%. No, transportation of goods, any goods will be 5%, sale of biscuits will be 12%. That is the meaning there, okay. So therefore 5%. So here 3,17,000 into 5%, 15,000. 15,850 will be taken as the GST component, okay. So that 15,850 will be added to 3,17,000. So 3,17,000 plus 15,850, add 2%. Why? Markup. We will add the markup and recover, add 2%. Into, on that we collect 12%. 40,741, check there. First 3,17,000 we pay freight and that will be taxable. So because of which 15,850 we need to pay. Now these two will be the cost that will be recovered from the customer. When we recover, we add a markup. So on that we need to pay GST because it will now become coming under the value of sale of biscuits. Then next, number 3. For sales to locations in neighboring states, 55 lakhs, the company booked the GTA and paid road freight of 3,73,000. We don't know whether it will be FCM or RCM, but whatever it may be, GST is there, correct? But it is RCM, we know, because it is covered under 5% rate. 5% means RCM, okay. I told you that because we need to pay the GST. So while determining the computation of GST liable under RCM, we need to add this, okay. So we need to pay GST under RCM. So 55,000 into 5%, taxable. So who is the recipient? Or GTA service, is it notified goods? Is the freight does not exceed 1,500? Is the freight does not exceed 750? Is the recipient coming under that notified, like unregistered individual, HUF, AJP? Is the recipient central government, state government? No. So they are not coming into that. So no exemption, taxable 5%. So 55,000 into 5%. 55, oh, sorry, 3,73,000, sorry. 3,73,000. So 3,73,000 into 5%. Now these two we will add, and on that we will charge a markup 2%. So into 2%, like plus 2%. First 3,73,000 plus 5%. That is the total amount we paid. On that plus 2% into 12%. So on the GST we need to pay 47,938. Okay. So then next, and remember here on 54 it is exempted, and on 3,17,000 we pay tax under FCM. So we pay it to the supplier and supplier will pay to government, railways. And in case of GTA we need to pay GST under RCM. Then for purchase of flour from Madhya Pradesh 25 lakhs, the company booked the GTA and paid road freight of 55,000. Whether that will be taxable or exempted? Why? Yes, notified. Food grains including flours and pulses, milk and salt, it will be coming there. Therefore, it will be exempted. That 55,000 will be exempted. Okay. So then, why 2%? It is not our sale, it is our purchase. So to whom we will charge? We will not charge to anyone. That is our purchases. Okay. So just because in a flow, so 55,000 plus 2%, no. So 55,000, that is our inward supply related item, and on that GST not required to be paid, it is exempted. Okay. Then next, for purchase of butter from Punjab 15 lakhs, the company booked the goods by a GTA and paid road freight of 35,000. Transportation of butter. Why? Only milk is exempted. Without railway equipment and material. For GTA, 6 notified goods. Agricultural produce. Food grains including flours and pulses, milk and salt. Yes. Correct. So, food grains including flours and pulses, milk and salt, organic manure, and thereafter newspapers and magazines, relief material for natural and man-made disasters, defense equipment and materials, except railway materials. Railway equipment and materials will also be notified goods for transportation by railways and waterways between places in India. Okay. Therefore, that is that. And butter we don't have exemption. Butter is taxable. Then for local purchase of baking powder, the company booked the goods by a GTA in a single carriage and paid road freight of 1,500. Exempted. Why? So, freight does not exceed 1,500 for a single carriage. Due to that reason, it is exempted. Then, next. For see, these are all just the freight for inward supplies. Carriage inwards. Okay. So, carriage outwards only, we charge it to our recipient and recover from him. Okay. So, for local purchase we completed. For transferring the biscuits, open market value 4 lakhs to one of its sister concern in Rajasthan, the company booked the goods by a GTA and paid road freight of 40,000. Based on the particulars given above, compute the GST payable on the amount paid for transportation by XYZ Limited when it avails the service of different transporters. Compute the GST charged on transportation cost billed. So, what about this point? So, GTA and paid road freight 40,000. Will it be taxable? Yes. 5% under RCM. This will be taxable under RCM. Okay. This will be taxable under RCM. So, what about this? 35,000 RCM. So, this will be exempted. This will be exempted. This will be taxable under FCM or RCM? GTA. RCM. And this Indian Railways FCM. And this will be exempted. Okay. So, on that GST is payable. So, like that we need to take the total tax payable on inward supply. That is one question. Exactly, that is my question. Whether we will add that 40,000 plus 2% markup and charge. Go to the first paragraph. Go to the first paragraph. In that first paragraph, see the wording that is given. So, the invoice and billed to the customers with a markup of 2%. Billed to the customers. Only to the customers we do that, not to the sister concern. So, therefore, that GST liability will not come. Okay. That is why I have not given that. So, there is no markup on transaction cost billed to sister concern because they are non-customers. Okay. So, that is this. Okay. So, very good question. Mark that as very, very important. Actually, that one question, transportation of goods sector is applied there. Okay. But with a different perspective. Valuation, computation of liability, and then exemptions, that angle. Okay. Which first part? First part is all freights. What is the GST liability? Second part is when we charge that freight to the customer, on that how much GST we need to pay. That freight we will recover from the customer, carriage outwards, on that how much GST we need to pay. Will not come because it is sister concern. So, sister concern, we will not be charging a markup due to that reason. Then question number 3, state person liable to pay GST in the following independent cases, provided recipient is located in the taxable territory. Services provided by an arbitral tribunal to any business entity. Arbitral tribunal to business entity, who is liable to pay tax? Means you don't bother about the exemption. So, who is liable to pay GST? Business entity. Sponsorship service provided by company to an individual. Recipient is individual. So, FCM. FCM. So if the recipient is body corporate or firm, then only it will be RCM for sponsorship service. As the recipient is individual, it will be FCM. Renting of immobile property service provided by central government to an unregistered business entity, FCM. So renting of immobile properties to business entity, if the recipient is registered, RCM. If the recipient is unregistered, it will be FCM. Okay. Services provided by government to business entity. That chart we need to refer. Then number 4, you can try that. It's simple question, healthcare services question only, that is. We did that in class, yes. Question number 5. IIM Ahmedabad provided the following service in the month of July 2021. Postgraduate Diploma in Management service provided to those candidates who were selected through CAT for 25 lakhs. Exempted. Why? So IIM will be now considered under educational institution unless they give a certification course. Okay. So then only it will be taxable. Less than a year. Less than a year, then only that certification course will be taxable. Services provided by way of executive development program, 55 lakhs, find the GST liability if the rate of GST is 18%. Taxable. Okay, executive development program will be taxable. There is one question, sir, supply of biscuits and collecting freight from the customers, both will be taxable at the same rate. Can we take the same as mixed supply? No, we are not providing transportation service. Don't get confused, please. If I am providing transportation service, then it is mixed supply. You are right. That is sale of goods and transportation service. Anywhere it is given that XYZ Limited is transporting, no. They received the services of a local van, they received the service of GTA, they received the service of Indian Railways for that transportation. Means they are not making supply. When it will come under composite or mixed supply? 2 or more supplies in a single transaction. Whether they are providing transportation service, no, then in that case it will not come under composite or mixed. It is just the expenditure incurred and recovered from the recipient. That's it. Okay. Then next one, Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam Tirupati registered under 12A of the Income Tax Act was running a guest house for pilgrims. Renting of precincts of the religious place meant for general public by charging more than 1,000 rupees per day. Department claims that the Assi was liable to pay GST, but the Assi contended since they were running guest houses without any profit motive, hence they were not liable to pay GST. Decide the case whether the contention of the Assi is right or not. First of all, whether they are doing it for a profit motive or non-profit motive, it will come under business. Any person engaged in business will be coming under Supply 71A. And for a charitable trust, renting of rooms, that is renting of religious, precincts of a religious place meant for general public, registered as a charitable trust is exempted if the rent per day is less than 1,000. Even if it is equal to 1,000, it will be taxable. So it's less than 1,000. Normal properties given on rent for stay, if it is less than or equal to 1,000, it is exempted. But in case of religious place, accommodation, less than 1,000 is only exempted. So, we can put correct 999 rupees. Yes, that is the tariff. Next time when you go to Tirumala, you see that tariff is there. That is the tariff. 999 rupees is the tariff for the room. The 1,000 rupees room they will not show us. Actually, they will show there as 1,000 rupees, but bill they will never give 1,000 rupees. They will give only 999. So therefore, they know that the GST gets attracted if it is 1,000 rupees or more, 999. And if it is rooms with 1,500 and all, by default GST they will add and give. Okay. No. It is not the point of the lawmaker. There is no intention like that. So they drafted it that way. As they drafted it that way, we are following it. That is the only difference. There is no reason and all there. Okay. So it's a drafting error. Drafting error sometimes becomes provision like that. This is a drafting error which became provision. Then next, so it will be taxable, correct or not? Then next, question number 7 you try. Question number 8 also, 9 also, 10 also, then 11. 11 you see. Kesar Maharaj, a renowned classical dancer, gave a classical dance performance in an auditorium. The consideration charged for the said performance is 98,500 rupees. Is Kesar Maharaj liable to pay GST on the consideration received for the said performance? No, because it does not exceed 1,50,000 and he is a performance artist and performing before the audience. And in what art form? Dance. In what genre? Classical. Everything is covered. So per performance does not exceed 1,50,000. Will your answer be different if consideration charge per performance is 1,60,000? Yes, as it exceeds 1,50,000, fully it will be taxable. Kesar Maharaj is a brand ambassador of a food product and aforesaid performance is for the promotion of the said food product. Once he is acting as a brand ambassador, always it will be taxable irrespective of the amount collected. Kesar Maharaj gives a contemporary Bollywood style dance performance. Exemption is not available for that, only available if it is a classical or folk. Classical is recognized nationally, folk is regional. Folk is regional. For example, Nayandi, like that one dance is there in Tamil Nadu. That Nayandi dance is regional, okay, native. So wherein these villages, whenever they will have some small celebrations, gatherings, etc., there that Nayandi is a normal play. So that will be dance only, but it will come under folk, it is not classical. Then also it is exempted. But Bollywood style dance performance is nowhere given there. So therefore it will be taxable. Then question number 12. New Bank of India Limited provide the following information for the month of April 2021. Compute the value of taxable service. Interest received on various loans including home loan. Interest on loans, advances, deposits is exempted. Then administrative charges, folio charges taxable because other than interest or discount. Sale and purchase of forward contract, not a supply because it is transaction in securities. Charges for credit card and debit card facilities extended, taxable because other than interest or discount. ATM card transaction charges taxable, commission taxable. Margin earned on reverse repo transaction is in the nature of interest and that interest is exempted. Okay. Then next, question number 13. Services provided by government to various individuals by way of issuance of driving license. 5 certificates: birth, death, driving license, visa, passport, exempted. Services provided by BIRAC approved bio-incubators to incubates. Incubators, approved incubators, exempted. Incubator, if they are recognized by Government of India, exempted. Transportation of passengers by ropeway will be taxable. And express parcel post provided by hand-stroke post office to various individuals, amount does not exceed 5,000. Post office, speed post, express parcel post, life insurance agency service will be taxable. Then question number 14, you can 15 also, 16 also, because these are all like majority of the questions we discussed in the class itself. Okay. Then 17 also, then 18, 19 you see. Up to 18 you can try, 19 onwards. A Limited collected following sums exclusive of taxes for the month ending April 2021 towards transportation of passengers. Determine the taxable value and GST taking maximum benefits available under law, ignoring ITC. Transportation of passengers on vessel, passengers on vessel from Chennai to Port Blair. Passengers, not goods. Passengers from Chennai to Port Blair will come under coastal waters. If it is predominantly for tourism purpose, it is taxable. There is no information, so considered to be public transport, therefore exempted. Okay. Then, transportation of passengers by vessel from Chennai to Dubai. Service of 4 lakh was provided after crossing maritime zones of India. So, passengers from Chennai to Dubai, is there any exemption? No. Exemption is only for transporting the passengers between places in India, that too for public transportation. For tourism purpose, it is taxable. It is nowhere covered under exemption, so it will be taxable. Okay. Then next, transport of passenger by vessel from Dubai to Chennai. So this also not covered anywhere under the exemption. It will be taxable. We don't have exemption for that also. Okay. But it may be taken as zero rated supply. Taxable only, but it may become zero rated supply. How? Sir, where is supplier located? A Limited collected the following sums. A Limited is in India. Who's in? They are outside India. So A Limited collected the following sums. They are in India only. Supplier is in India, and transportation of the goods is from outside India to India. So starting point of the goods will be taken as the place of supply. How, sir? India to outside India only ending point. Outside India to India will be starting point only. Supplier in India, place of supply outside India. If recipient is also outside India, it may become zero rated supply. Okay, but it is taxable. So you can write there zero rated supply, taxable. It is taxable only, but it may also become zero rated supply. Correct? What correct? You were sleeping for last 5 minutes. For goods provision, I told place of supply. So India to outside India ending point and outside India to India starting point is for goods, not for passengers. For passengers, B2B location of recipient, B2C starting point of the passenger. That's it. Okay. India to outside India to India, like that we don't have. Okay. So starting point of the passenger itself. That's it. Then next, transportation of passengers through cruise ships within territorial waters of India. Territorial waters of India, inland waterways exempted. Okay. So it is not inland waters, it is coastal waters. Coastal waters for what purpose? Transport for tourism, predominantly tourism. Therefore, it will be taxable. Cruise ships, 6 lakhs will be taxable. Okay. Then next, so if it is within inland waters, it is exempted, but that is territorial waters. Don't get confused with respect to territorial versus inland waters. Now the fifth point, transportation through national waterways. That will be exempted. Why? National waterways is inland waters exempted. Metro transport of passengers. Metro, mono and tramway exempted. Transportation of passengers by stage carriage. In 40% cases it was AC stage carriage. That will be taxable, non-AC exempted. Transport of passengers by non-AC contract carriage for non-tourist purpose exempted. Non-AC for public transport. Non-AC, non-tourist. If it is for tourist or hire, taxable. That's what. Contract carriage divided into two. AC, non-AC. AC always taxable. Non-AC further divided into two. On hire or tourism, taxable. Public transportation exempted. Then transportation of passengers by AC contract carriage, always taxable. Transportation of passengers by non-AC contract carriage for tourism purposes, taxable. Ropeway, taxable. Radio taxi, taxable. Metered cab and e-rickshaw, exempted. And here one point I told you, Even if it is services of auto rickshaws through e-commerce operator, it is exempted only. E-commerce operator also will not pay GST because that service itself is exempted. Then that they are confusing us, irrelevant, trap, so that we will write something like that. So maybe 4 lakhs was provided after crossing maritime zones of India, means it is outside India. So up 4 lakhs is non-taxable. So out of 50 lakhs, 50 minus 4, 46 is only taxable. Like that, we may overthink. For that, this is given. Okay. Then also it is. So see this, compute. So the previous question is related to transportation of passengers. This question is related to transportation of goods. Compute taxable value for transportation of goods by Indian Railways within India, all sums exclusive of taxes. Transport of petrol, 400 lakhs. Petrol exempted. Where is exemption? Petrol and all is not. It is railways. Railways notified goods. So here we need to see what are the notified goods. Petrol is not notified goods, taxable. So relief material for earthquake, notified, exempted. Postal bag, not notified, taxable. Newspapers, notified, exempted. Agricultural produce, to rice, like rice is also exempted. Agricultural produce, rice, both are exempted. Transport of tea, coffee, sugar, milk product, jaggery, edible oil and alcoholic beverages, all these are not notified goods. So therefore it will be taxable. Then transport of defense equipment is notified, exempted. Transportation of books are not notified, taxable. But books are exempted now, sir. Sale of book is exempted, but transportation of book is not exempted, okay. Much amount we are paying for courier bill. Our monthly courier bill is 1 lakh. And on that GST they are collecting like anything, okay. And on the top of that, they are also collecting some surcharge, fuel surcharge and all they are collecting. Okay, I fought with them, DTDC. They were collecting fuel surcharge. I asked, what is this nonsense? Fuel surcharge, why should I pay? No sir, we have a policy we are collecting. Go hell with this policy. Why I should pay fuel surcharge? Then why are you putting that in the courier bill? You pay fuel surcharge, if you want to pay, you pay. Why should I pay that to you? So then I said I will not do through this DTDs. I stopped DTDs and now I am going with other express biz. Lot of people are there, courier agencies. So we are paying GST sir on books only. What we transport, lecture and all we will not transport. It will go Google Drive. But books it is sent. But on that also they are charging. And now we are going with India Post. And we requested them, education sector, do something and all. Okay. But they are not listening here. They are telling, no sir, whatever it is, you have to pay like that and all they are asking. But I made a request, let's see. So definitely transportation of books will be taxable. And transportation of defense equipment, 40 lakhs. Sorry, we have seen that. Now chemical fertilizers taxable. Organic manure is notified, exempted. Transportation of other goods, including 200 lakhs for household effects, taxable. 100 lakhs towards demurrage, whatever it is. Demurrage is for consideration for tolerating an act. So that will also be coming under part of the consideration. So chargeable to GST. But sir, transportation of household effects, won't it be exempted? No, we don't have exemption for household effects. It is Indian Railways which we are talking about. So that is transportation of goods by road other than GTR courier is exempted. This is Indian Railways we are talking. So there we don't have any exemption. Then next, question number 21 related to transportation. You can do that. Question number 22. Determine the person liable to pay GST and the extent of GST payable in the following cases. GIC insurance company pays commission excluding tax 5 lakhs to its agent. Agent has not provided any service and is eligible for small service provider exemption of up to 10 lakhs, whatever it is. There is no like RCM. Once it is covered under RCM, recipient is liable to pay. Who is liable to pay here? GIC insurance company. Services provided to an individual. Services provided to an individual by way of sponsorship by way of sponsorship of events, taxable provided to an individual, FCM. So this will be RCM, first one RCM, second one FCM. Why? Recipient is individual. Service provided to a company by way of sponsorship of events, as the recipient is company, RCM. Service provided by director of a company to the company, RCM. They are not asking taxable or exempted or chargeable to GST or not, FCM or RCM. Assume that all these transactions are taxable, okay? And yes, you can also write that point, nothing wrong in that. If it is employee to employer, means if the company has deducted TDS under 192, then it will be not a supply, okay? Support service provided by government to business entity, RCM, business entity only should pay. Royalty paid by TMN publications to author is unregistered, RCM. If author is registered, then option will come of FCM. So, renting of immobile property service provided by government to registered business entity, RCM. Manpower supply service by an individual to business entity being a company. So, manpower supply services. Manpower supply service anywhere covered under the list of service under RCM. Sir, CG got silence. No, security agency is different from manpower supply. Manpower supply will be supplying the human resource, okay, labor, but not security. Security agency is different. A manpower agency can also do security agency business, but security agency is different from manpower agency. So, manpower agency we don't have under RCM at all. It is fully FCM only. Security services by an LLP to a registered business entity being a company. First, security agency service will come under RCM if the supplier is other than body corporate. Is the supplier other than body corporate? Yes. LLP is not a body corporate. LLP is not a body corporate. LLP will come under firm, under GST. So, supplier is other than body corporate, and recipient should be registered. Recipient should be registered. Are they registered? Yes. That's why it will come under RCM. Security services by a company to a business entity being a company, FCM. Because the supplier should be other than body corporate, but in this case the supplier is body corporate, so RCM will not come. Then works contract service provided by an individual to business entity being a company. We don't have works contract and all under RCM. Where we have? We don't have under RCM, FCM. Service by an individual recovery agent to bank. So RCM, recovery agent to bank or financial institution covered under RCM. Clear or not? So, like this also they can ask a question, long time due. I expected these questions, this type of question, but they did not ask so far. So, they may frame a question like that for some 5 marks, they may give some 5 transactions, 1 mark each, and ask us who is liable to pay tax. Like that also they can. Then, question number 23, you take it for practice. Question number 24. Question number 24. Mr. Abhishek, an advocate, inland waterways for whatever purpose, is it exempted? Yes, it is exempted, whatever may be the purpose. So, let it be for tourism or let it be for inland, public transport. Mr. Abhishek, an advocate, has rendered the following service in the month of October 2020, representing Mr. Archit in his divorce case before High Court. Services provided by individual advocate to a person other than business entity is exempted. Sir, what if Mr. Archit is into some business? Even then, they will not be considered as business entity. That is now what? Divorce. How divorce is connected to business? Yeah, you understood. So therefore, nowadays, lot of celebrities, they are getting married, they are taking divorce. For them, it has become a fun. You understood or not? So it has become a fun. So they will get married, divorce. So they wanted to, if you ask them, no, they will say that we want to see the journey of our life. Okay, enjoy the journey. And first thing in love marriage, from where divorce will come, I really don't know. Then it is not love. Then it is something else. Okay. So then it's only for the body pleasures. They are, getting married then. Okay. So God only should save these people, but that will be definitely business purpose. No, it is personal purpose. Even though they may be into some business, but it will be personal purpose. So services provided to a person other than business entity is exempted fully. So it is exempted. Second, representing Mr. Aniket, an architect by profession, in relation to his GST liability, and turnover of Aniket in the financial year was 25 lakhs. Services provided to a business entity whose turnover during the previous year exceeds the threshold limit for registration. Therefore, it will be taxable, and it is RCM where liability to pay GST is on Aniket. Legal consultancy given to Sunil Associates, a partnership firm of advocates. Turnover of service of Sunil Associates in the financial year 2021 was 28 lakhs. So exempted, because services provided by an individual advocate to firm of advocates or another individual advocate is exempted. Examine the GST payable assuming Abhishek to be an advocate other than senior advocate. That's what we have discussed so far. Now what if he is a senior advocate? First case exempted, second case taxable RCM, third case taxable but no GST. Why? Because the partnership firm of advocates outward supply is always covered under RCM. A person who is exclusively making RCM supplies is exempted from registration. When a person is exempted from registration, even though they are taxable, but they don't have to pay GST. But sir, compulsory registration under section 24 won't come. No, because compulsory registration is 24, which overrides only 22 subsection 1 but not 23. 23 is the supreme section. 23 overrides 24. Okay. So due to that reason, there is no GST in that case, but it will be taxable. One second. October 2021. So previous year, that's what I corrected it, pa. Sorry, pa. I changed it here, but I didn't change it here. October 2021. Okay. Now previous year is 2020-21. Then, suppose if the partnership firm of advocates could identify a recipient, then the recipient, that is the ultimate litigant or applicant or petitioner, is deemed to be the recipient. Then this one, question number 25. X Limited is located in Ludhiana. It is registered with aggregate turnover of 20 crores. It is in the business of manufacture of cast glass. It has received the following service from different persons during December. Service by Department of Post by way of express parcel post, value 40,000. Taxable or exempted that service? Taxable. RCM or FCM? FCM. Department of Post, FCM. For transport of goods, X Limited pays 1 lakh to Indian Railways. Taxable under FCM. So railways will pay. X Limited GST registered has taken a commercial property on rent from the Punjab government, for which company pays rent of 2 lakhs. Taxable RCM. So what if the X Limited turnover during the previous year does not exceed 20 lakhs? The general exemption will not be applicable in case of renting of immovable property. Generally, there is one exemption. Services provided by government to business entity whose turnover during previous year does not exceed threshold limit. But that point is not applicable in case of renting of immovable property. Then next one, X Limited has taken security services for factory complex from the Mumbai government, for which payment of 50,000 is made. Taxable under RCM. Security services from government will not be covered under specific exemptions. No general exemption also. So why no general exemption? Their turnover during the previous year, we don't have the information. And the value of supply less than or equal to 5,000. Here it is more than 5,000. So therefore it will be taxable under RCM. They need to pay. X Limited has taken security services for office from Task Force Security Limited, a private sector company, for which payment of 95,000 is made. That will be taxable under FCM. Why? Security agency should be other than body corporate to come under RCM. It is body corporate, so FCM. Done. Then question number 26 you try, 27 also, 28 also, 29. Educators Limited providing educational services furnishes you with the following information for the various service provided by it. It has collected an aggregate sum of 25 lakhs during the month ended 30th September 2021 as under. Receipts of Gyan Sagar and Industrial Training Institute affiliated to NCVT. ITI affiliated to NCVT. Is it an educational institution? Yes. Therefore, that is exempted. Receipts of Educare, a vocational education provider affiliated to Sector Skill Council formed under NSDC. Yes. So, NSDC, SSC, assessment agent or training partner, exempted. Receipts of Abhigyan Skill Center and Industrial Training Center affiliated to SCVT. Is this an educational institution? Exempted. Receipts of Mission, an institute registered with DG of Employment and Training, Union Ministry of Labour, running a modular employable skill course. Yes, modular employable skill course is also covered under vocational education, exempted. Receipts of Skynart, a commercial coaching institute providing commercial coaching in the field of arts and science, 0.8 lakhs. No certificate was issued on completion of the training, taxable. Commercial coaching and training institutes are taxable. Then receipts of Commerce Concepts, a commercial coaching institute, taxable. Whether they give certificate or they are not giving certificate, irrelevant. Receipts of Gurukul School providing education up to higher secondary, category 1, exempted. Receipts of Play Kits, no need to see, that will be exempted. Such receipts include receipts from renting of premises to commercial coaching, taxable, because they are not providing services to students, faculty, staff. Then this question number 30, AQ Private Limited, a registered supplier, has provided following outdoor catering service in the month of September. Compute the value of taxable supply and GST payable thereon if all charges are exclusive of GST. Applicable GST rate is 18. Outdoor catering service to higher secondary school within the premises of the school, 5 lakhs, exempted. Outside the premises of the school, outside the premises of the school, for ICI, exempted. Okay. So catering, wherever it is provided, inside or outside the premises of a school, it is exempted. You will not forget, na? I will also not forget, I will remember you. So, because, actually, I said that it is taxable, but for exam, you write it as exempt even if it is outside also. Providing food to students under midday meal scheme sponsored by government, exempted. Providing catering service along with supply of food and drinks in marriage function, that catering will be taxable. Fair market value of the goods supplied by receiver is 20 lakhs. No amount was charged for the supply of goods. Then 70 lakhs will be taken. 50 lakhs. Fair market value of the goods supplied by the receiver 20 lakhs. Okay. So, will it be included in the value? No amount was charged for the goods supplied. Don't need to include. Why? Because first of all, as per the contract, nowhere it is given that the supplier has to buy that material which is given by the recipient. So means the contract itself could be such that the recipient only should give the material and the supplier should cook the food based on that. So if that be the case, only 50 lakhs will be taken. Okay. Provides catering service to PQR Private Limited where food and drinks are not supplied, taxable. Okay, we don't have any exemption and all, whether food and drinks are supplied or not supplied. Then this question number 31 is renting. Okay, you go through that because that renting is normal only. Then 32 you see, 32. Madhuban Services Private Limited is engaged in dealing and providing service on intellectual properties. During the month ended 31/3, the company transacted with the following activities for consideration at arm's length. Permanent transfer of designs of XYZ manufacturers. supply of goods, and it is taxable. Allowing Shrikant to use patents for 6 months that are registered in Indonesia, temporary transfer of IPR, taxable services. It also temporarily transfers original dramatic works covered under 13(1) of the Indian Copyright Act, 10 lakhs RCM, taxable, but they will not pay, the recipient will pay. Okay. So, but temporary transfer only na. So here there is one mistake. So reverse charge is applicable. You just write there, remaining you remove. Reverse charge is applicable. Reverse charge is applicable because temporary transfer of original literary, dramatic, artistic and musical works. Okay. And this 10 lakhs will not be coming. So the answer will be 1,20,000 plus 60, that is 1,80,000, 1,80,000 into 12%. 1,80,000 into 12%. So 21,600. 21,600 is the answer. Okay. Then from this question number 33 onwards, we will see in the next weekend. Okay. So this we have, I think, 20 more questions and MCQs that we will complete in the next Saturday. And the agenda for next Saturday is that we will be discussing questions from time of supply, invoice and time of supply, and then value of supply. Okay. So if time permits only, I will discuss value of supply, because invoice and time of supply, good questions are there, lot of questions are there, and value of supply, if not able to complete, I will carry forward. Okay. So every Saturday, this 10 to 1 session, there will be solve workbook revision, and you just like, it will be carried forward. Even if I am not able to complete that topic in that Saturday, I will carry forward that. And so I am planning to complete the entire book, that I will do, but definitely not by February and all. So it will go easily to March. Okay. So reason, in March I don't have any batch. So at that time, if I will request you, if you are okay, you can come for continuously for a few days. So I will complete it on a daily basis. We can take from morning to afternoon and we will complete it off, knock it off. Okay. Done. Thank you. We will meet tomorrow for our regular class.